Hello all, welcome to my channel. The topic we are going to discuss today is about lumpy skin disease. Let us see what is the current issue that is there in the news. In recent weeks, nearly 3,000 cattle have died in Rajasthan and Gujarat due to a viral infection caused by lumpy skin disease that has spread across the state. So recently in Rajasthan and Gujarat, about 3,000 cattle has died due to lumpy skin disease. That is the current issue. Now let us see what is lumpy skin disease. It is a highly infectious viral disease that affects all breeds of cattle and water buffalo. So lumpy skin disease is basically a viral disease and it is highly infectious. That is, it spreads very fast and it mainly affects all breeds of cattle and water buffalo. It is caused by a virus called CAPF virus and is genetically related to goatpox and sheeppox virus family. So, this disease is caused by a virus and it is called CAPF virus, and this virus is related to goatpox and sheeppox virus families. It has emerged as a threat to livestock worldwide. So, it mainly affects cattle and buffaloes. So, it is a threat to livestock supply all over the world. Lumpy skin disease is not a zoonotic disease. I repeat, lumpy skin disease is not a zoonotic repeat. It is not a zoonotic disease, meaning it does not spread from animals to humans. So, lumpy skin disease is not a zoonotic disease. The reason is that it will not spread from the animal to humans. So, humans cannot be infected with this disease. However, milk produced by the lumpy skin disease infected animals is fit for human consumption only after boiling or pasteurization, as these processes will kill the viruses if present in the milk. So, we can use the milk of the cattle who has been infected with the lumpy skin disease, but we can only use the milk after boiling and after pasteurization, so that we will be able to kill the viruses by these processes. Now, let us see what are the causes and method of transmission of lumpy skin disease. It is caused by infection of cattle or water buffalo with pox virus, lumpy skin disease virus. So, this is caused by the infection of cattle or water buffalo by the virus called pox virus, lumpy skin disease virus. Okay. Now let us see what are the vectors that are transmitting this disease. Lumpy skin disease is transmitted to cattle and water buffalo mainly through vectors such as blood-feeding insects such as biting flies, mosquitoes and ticks. So the main vectors that are transmitting lumpy skin disease are biting flies, mosquitoes and ticks. It can also be spread through direct contact between animals by secretions and excretions such as saliva. So it can also be spread through saliva and other secretions. Contaminated water and feed can also spread the disease. So if a water and the cattle feed is also contaminated with the virus, it can also it will spread to other animals. Now let us see what are the various symptoms of lumpy skin disease. It appears as nodules of 2 to 5 cm diameter or all over the body, particularly around the head, neck, limbs and mammary glands and genitals. So, as you can see in this figure, there are certain nodules and also wounds in the body of the infected animal due to lumpy skin disease. That is a major symptom of the disease. Another major symptom is the reduction in the production of milk. So the amount of milk produced by the cattle will also be reduced. The lumps gradually open up like large and deep wounds. So these nodules will gradually open up and they produce wounds on the body of the animal. That is also a major symptom. Other clinical signs include general malaise, ocular and nasal discharge, fever and sudden decrease in the production of milk. That is all these are major symptoms of lumpy skin disease. Now let us see about the history and origin of the lumpy skin disease. Historically, lumpy skin disease remained confined to Africa, where it was first discovered in 1929. So, lumpy skin disease was first discovered in 1929 and it was earlier confined to Africa only, but in the recent years, its geographical spread has expanded beyond the endemic areas. So, as of recently, this disease is spreading to other continents also. It was first reported in Asia and Pacific region in 2019. So, in 2019, this disease was first reported in the Asia and the Pacific region, in northwest China, Bangladesh, and in India. So, this disease is now currently reported in northwest China, Bangladesh, and India in 2019. Now, let us look at the treatment of lumpy skin disease. There is no first of all, there is no treatment for lumpy skin disease virus. Prevention by vaccination is the most effective means of control. So, there is no specific treatment for lumpy skin disease virus. But the most effective method is to prevent it by vaccination. Secondary infections in the skin of the infected animals can be treated with non-steroidal anti-inflammatories and also with antibiotics. So, secondary infections on the skin of the animals can be treated with non-steroidal anti-inflammatories and also with some antibiotics. These are the major treatments that is currently available for lumpy skin disease. So, now let us see what are the preventive measures that we can adopt against lumpy skin disease. Control and prevention of lumpy skin disease relies on 4 tactics majorly. Movement control or quarantine is the first tactic. That is, we should restrict the movement of the animal that is infected by lumpy skin disease, thereby isolating them so that the disease will not spread. Proper vaccination is the second tactic we can use. By vaccinating the cattle, we will be able to control the spread of the disease. Organize slaughter campaigns. So, if a large number of animals are infected by lumpy skin disease, the best way to deal with it is by slaughtering them and disposing their dead waste properly. And we should adopt proper management strategies so that the disease will not spread so easily. Prevention and eradication by rapid and widespread vaccination campaigns is the most effective means to control the spread of the disease. So, vaccination is the most effective means when it comes to controlling the disease. Once the animal has recovered from it, it cannot be the source of infection for other animals. So, once the animal which is infected recovers, it cannot be the source of the infection. And the cattle sheds should be properly disinfected by using various insecticides and spraying disinfectants chemicals. So, we should use proper disinfectants in the cattle shed so that the various insects and other vectors of the disease that are causing the spread gets destroyed or killed. The carcasses of the dead animals must be properly disposed and should be burned at a high temperature so that the virus will die at that temperature. That is also some measure we can adopt. Now, let us look at the effect of lumpy skin disease. According to the 20th Livestock Census 2019, India is the top country by the number of cattle and buffaloes in the world. There are around 303 million cattle and buffaloes in India. So, according to 20th Livestock Census in 2019, India has the most number of cattle and buffaloes in the world. So, there are around 303 million cattle and buffaloes in India. So, lumpy skin disease is a disease which affects buffaloes and cattle mainly. So, India will have a huge impact in the dairy sector and the livestock sector due to this disease. That is a major concern because India has the most number of cattle in the world. Lumpy skin disease has emerged as transboundary animal disease, putting at risk at least 23 countries in South Asia, East Asia and Southeast Asia. So, currently lumpy skin disease is putting at least 23 countries, mainly in the South Asian, East Asian and Southeast Asian region at risk of affecting their livestock sectors. The spread of the lumpy skin disease in India will have a devastating impact for most dairy farmers who are either landless or marginal landholders, and for the country's milk production, as it is among the cheapest protein sources. So, majority of the cattle farmers in India are either marginal farmers, that is, they have only a few possession of land, or they are landless, that is, they have no land at all. So, these poor farmers will be most affected by the disease which is affecting the cattle. That is also a major cause of concern which can lead to further poverty increase in the country. In addition to that, the milk production in our country will also be highly impacted. That is also a cause of concern because in India, milk is one of the cheapest source of protein. As we all know, protein is very essential for a growth of a human being, and milk is one of the most cheapest method by which we will be able to have the necessary protein in our diet. When when the milk production is affected, it will affect the majority of the population in the country in terms of health and nutrition. So it will further causes nutritional poverty in the country. That is the lackness in the required nutrient in diet, and it will also lead to malnutrition, child stunting, etc. This will also be a major concern for our country. With this, we are ending our lecture. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.